What do you got in the bucket?
Loads of fish. Richard got a bunch too.
Look at that lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish in here.
Yeah, it's incredible to me because most biologists would work a lifetime without discovering new species. Here we are, the guys have come up and they've discovered 3 new species in one dive. I think that's absolutely astounding.
By the colors alone, we can pretty well tell that that one's going to be a new species.
We think it's in the genus Pseudochromis. Dotty back.
And then we got a few special things too. We caught a fish that's been named after John Earl, and we got a fish that's been named after me. This is the one named after me.
The 2 angelfish, it's hard to believe they belong to the same species. They look so different. The one with the black is the female. The one with the orange and white is the male. What's even more surprising to me, though, is the female changes into the male. So not only do they change sex, they change color, and they change their outlook on life, too.
Greyfeather Bank is a sunken atoll that rises nearly 9,000 feet above the abyssal plain below. At one time, its inner depression was a shallow coral lagoon. The peaks on the rim were dry islands.
Look at that.
Around the world, sea level is rising due to global warming. Greyfeather Bank could be a glimpse into the future of many low-lying Pacific islands.
Did I tell you about what the guide told me on the way back from Tuluwat?
No.
You're not going to believe this. He said, that place is our ancestral home. The people that lived on that island, when the island sunk, left and went to Yap, and then came here and populated Tuluwat.
It's like
Exactly
a lost world, but it's under the sea. It's extraordinary.
The deep dive team prepares for its second extreme dive in 24 hours.
This is probably the most exciting dive that we're going to do on this expedition. So, this is pure exploration. I'm excited.
Diving into the open ocean is risky business.
From what Kasich was saying, there's a bit of current. Isn't that going to be a problem for you?
Well, if it's a bit of current, it's not a problem. If it's a big bit of current, then it's a problem.
There's no islands for at least 40 miles. So, that's a lot of open ocean to get lost in.
Okay.
And sharks?
It's one thing when they're swarming around and maybe they're a couple of meters off or even come right past you, that's okay. But when they're charging you, and the only way to avoid getting bitten is to bonk them in the nose. We have all been in situations where the sharks just get so crazy that you need to get out of the water. Well, if we owe an hour of decompression, we can't. We're between a rock and a hard place. We're really stuck.
Mike degree, oxygen supply pressure, 27.
This is truly a dive into the unknown.
I'm ready. I'm relaxed.
All right, I'm going in.
Brian leads the science team straight over the edge into the abyss. High above them, Mike Degree is exploring the rim of the drowned atoll.
Okay, what we've done is we've dropped down to about 75 feet. This used to be the barrier reef of an atoll. It's kind of spooky to think that I can be diving over the area where the ancestors of the people of Tuluwat live.
Topside, a tropical thunderstorm moves in.
All divers, check your PO2, check your PO2.
The current picks up speed as the wind increases. The science team is too deep for a rapid ascent. And they've got unwelcome company.
All divers, there is a big weather front. Looks like it's coming this way. Looks like we're having some weather here in a while.
At 300 feet, the scientists discover a large cave. They head into the darkness and promptly lose contact with the surface.
We're in the middle of open ocean, so normally dive operations happen in lagoons and places where you can launch and recover boats. And if we get a giant sea here, number one, I don't know if the anchor can hold on that. And number two, if you just look around, we're in the middle of nowhere, so it's really hard to keep track of people. And if anyone were to drift off or have a problem here.
Far below, the team suspects they're the first humans ever to enter this cave system. For once, they forget fish collecting.
Yeah, okay. We're getting gust to 20 now, gust to 20.
With no topside communications in the cave, the divers are totally unaware that the full force of the storm is about to strike the surface team. After just 15 minutes, the divers exit the cave. But it will still take almost 2 hours of decompression to come up safely. Finally, Mike Kasich reestablishes contact with the deep divers.
Eligible at this point. He just said they had 80 minutes, 80 minutes.
Blowing bubbles is Richard Pyle's way of killing time during decompression.
Cameraman is giving me grief because he's saying it's nice and splendid down there. No wind, no rain, it's all very calm.
For once, the decompression time works to the divers' advantage. As they're ready to surface, the weather clears. The dive, like the storm, was intense. After 5 hours, it's all over.
How was that?
That was the best dive of my life. No joke.
Amazing.
That was the most amazing dive ever.
Have you ever seen a cave like that?
No.
You could get lost in it. You could drive a bus through it. You could fly a helicopter. It was just awesome. Absolutely awesome.
But the high of the cave dive soon gives way to disappointment.
This is weird. Where are all the fish? This water should be full of sharks and there's nothing here.